5.
No, that's the inner circle.
Yeah.
We have more than 5. We said well, maybe we would have 5.
Yeah, but
6.
subtract the people that are active in the TYPO3 community or the TYPO3 Association with Stefan, Peter, Michi. We have Jochen, who's in the BCC. So basically, I welcome you. I guess you're a helping hand. You too. So we have 2 people that actually care about the TYPO3 Association. So give me your email. I'll be sending you the presentation. Okay. Why are we here? Or what is the purpose of this talk? Basically, let us present ourselves. Here, this lovely gentleman with his new haircut.
Yes. Well, it's shorter. My name is Rick from Westhreenen. I was appointed Vice President of the Board of the Association last February. So I'm one of the youngest members in time being active for the association. Basically the board is, what I do in the board is doing all kind of daily business to business things. My background is not technical. I'm not not a developer. I'm more like a coach, consultant. I have a lot of experience with search engine marketing and online marketing and social media marketing. And, louder.
It's a small room, but nevertheless.
Sorry, yes. And I'm from the Netherlands, so I don't speak German that much, but you can talk German to me, and I can respond in English. So that's basically myself.
Yes, thanks for joining. My name is Olivier Dobberkau. I'm a member of the EAB. My voting or my tenure is ending this year. So I was voted for 2 years. There's going to be new elections I'll be talking about in some moments later. I am working for DKD, or DKD works for me, depends on how you want to see that. And I'm more than in 10 years doing TYPO3 related solutions for customers of all sizes. This is what led me to the TYPO3 Association. What we want to do today is we want to give you a short reminder. Maybe we just really jog through the different presentations here. We're going to tell you about the TYPO3 Association, its mission and vision. We will write the official bodies. We will use the insights on the members' numbers, projects and products, events, people, financial facts. Maybe the best or the most hot topic thing will be the what's cooking at the T3A at the moment position. If you are a more like kind of a database guy, so this could be tables where we could be, or entities where we could be describing the TYPO3 Association, the different things whereas a mission and a vision would be some kind of a static table that we have, and then the other things are like kind of tables that have payload in there and with people coming in, going out. We have projects and products and so on. The TYPO3 Association was founded 2004 by TYPO3 enthusiasts. Many of you know those people. They're still around. Robert, Carsten, Kaspar, Jule, Dominic, all the guys that were in the founding situation. Their aim was at the very beginning to support Kaspar doing the actual development work. I think in the very beginning, the first year, the TYPO3 Association had about 20 members, 21, 25 members around. And the TYPO3 Association was organized in a way where there was active members and just contributing members or non-active members. So there was no kind of participation. This was one, for myself, more for my feeling, one of the birth problems that the TYPO3 Association had. Through the time, the TYPO3 Association kind of worked their way out of this situation by changing the bylaws many times. The actual bylaws have more a participating spirit in there. So, well, we're situated in Switzerland. Many people think it would have been better to be in Nigeria or somewhere else. Basically, yeah, it was the idea to be in Switzerland, to be on a neutral ground, to have something where people can fantasize about or something like that. I don't know. As I said,
sounds great.
Yeah, as I said, basically it could have been also founded in Germany, or by looking at the members' numbers. We're basically mostly a German members association somehow. We underwent different transformations. The last transformation was called Perestroika. That kind of led to the structure that we have right now. The TYPO3 Association has created a set of goals that we tend to forget every time situations heat up. We forget that we have this really nice kind of set of rules. The goals basically. This is no priority. Yeah? There's no basically those priorities are just there. I don't think that there's they were made in that direction. So basically, if you look, what is the TYPO3 Association doing basically, or wants to do as a goal? We want to create events such as the association, this conference. We want to create education events, certification, an example. We take care of the communication around the product, with the market, within the community, within the members, and so on. This is something that we constantly want to improve, and somehow we are good or bad at it. And so depending on who you talk to, many people say, oh, everything's on the website, that's fine. Others say, oh no, we should have a newsletter. Then we say, oh, but we have a Twitter channel. Basically, this is something that we haven't really found out at the moment, is how to communicate to the right persons at the right time. So this is what we're working on. Feel free to interrupt anytime. The next thing is that the TYPO3 Association was doing, I guess, very, very long, and I think this is one of the most important thing that we were doing, was the long-term development of the various TYPO3 products, so the TYPO3 software products. This is what really is the main focus of the association, is to create that infrastructure, to create the possibilities for people so that they can meet, they can do code sprints without need to worry, oh, how do I need to set this up? How do I need to speak to my boss to do this? Is there anybody that can, is there anything that I can look from other people that I can emulate, and so on. This is, yeah. And maybe one of the things you need to do somehow is that we need to secure kind of the trademark name TYPO3 Flow. You need to register that, because there's lots of people that are acting kind of funny. If you have a good product, they try to use your brand name. Well, this is something that we do with more or less of a fervor. It's not that we really, go back after everyone. If you look at the trademark section, if you're a TYPO3 association member, basically you have other rights to use that trademark as if you're not an association member. This is a little bit of a thing that we're doing. Yeah, everyone knows our vision, inspiring people to share. The mission statement, which is about what are we doing every day, is basically jointly innovate excellent free software enabling people to communicate. I guess this is a more, this is something that kind of got in the background. This is maybe something we have to look on if the mission is really, the mission statement is something that we really, really need to work on. But the inspiring people to share, I feel that spirit, that vision, I feel it everywhere. I meet people. I think this is a very, very strong mission, very strong vision that we were sharing along. We were discussing that yesterday. Yes. And if you look at nowadays, where are we going to? For example, in the web, with everything going semantic. We have here a triple. Yeah, we have this triple thing, like Rick likes beer, where you have the subject Rick, the verb likes, and the object beer, basically, where you can with this. But if you look at inspiring people to share, you have the verb first. You have then the you have the verb, and then another verb. Basically, it's kind of a thing that it's near to a triple. So it's I guess it's you get the idea. Is we have some kind of a DNA in there that is leading the way where what we're doing. Yeah. Okay, official bodies, I don't want to bother you with that. We have a board consisting of 6 people. We have the EAB consisting of 6 people. There's the Business Control Committee consisting of 4 people, basically. So the structure of the association is, if my math is not wrong, is 2 times 6 is 12, plus 4 is 16 people that are basically forming a voluntary body. Then we have one thing that is kind of written inside of the bylaws. We have this General Assembly where every year we kind of close the year, the last year, and we plan the next year. This is the most boring, event that you can go to, but nevertheless, I guess it's something that we do, and we invite everyone to come. Next year's General Assembly is going to be, or the 2014 is going to be beginning of end of January, beginning of February, I guess in Frankfurt. So everybody can join us in Frankfurt on the last weekend of January, I guess is that. Something that we have in our organization are the different committees. This is the thing that people are kind of, we have a kind of a gray zone, is that we have projects, we have teams, we have committees. So basically this is something that's kind of weeked out through the years. So this is the event team or the event committee. So basically this is something that we will have to look on in the next years, if we can kind of create more committees where members and non-members can work on certain issues. Let's see.
Basically, a team is some body that works for a long time. It's formed and people come in, come out, but it's basically it's something that stays. Well, it stays vital. A committee is something we make for one thing. Like, for instance, we have a staffing committee at the moment for the executive secretary function. But when that person is found, that's the staffing committee will dissolve. Yeah. It
might be that we find out that we need some legal committees or whatever. We don't know yet. I think we will have a look onto that. And last but not least, official body is the different kind of members that we have. These are the board. This is the board consisting right now with these people: Jürgen Eggerling, Rick, Alain, Stefan, who's here, or left the room, Søren, and Frederick. The EAB consists of Peter, who's here, and Jan-Henrik Hoing, Eike Diskel-Camille, Jonas, and Michael Stucki. The Business Control Committee, we have Roberto in there, we have Andreas, we have Ingo and Jochen. Ingo and Jochen are here in the room. So one thing for that is that we have all those positions are elected by the members. So there's votings around that. And if you want to candidate for one of those positions, those positions have a 2 years tenure. That means for 2 years you're elected. Depending on at the very beginning when we started that, we was some people were voted only for 1 year. They have to go back. So we're kind of in this moment where positions are being re-elected. We're seeking an example for a new president of the TYPO3 Association. There we're seeking for people in the EAB that say, I'm not going to prolong or I'm not going to go into the next tenure. And we're seeking for people in the BCC. There's a deadline to it. It's end of December. There's a form on our secure voting platform. Every member will get every member of the TYPO3 Association will get a voting token. So you will be able to vote on the candidates directly. The board will be voted exceptionally, or is voted by the EAB at the end. Basically, this is not something that you can vote directly, but there's ideas around it too, to maybe to change that in the upcoming years, to be able to have even more participation on that. Any questions on this? All right.
There's an article on the TYPO3.org website explaining who is available, which positions are available, and the procedure.
One thing about if you have this idea to join the TYPO3 Association as somebody that is having this position or wants to have.
You have to direct it.
Yes. The thing is that people think, all right, this is if you read, why do you want to be why do you want to join the board and so on, and people say, I want to make TYPO3 better. This is often something that we read as a reasoning, and myself, I think it's a good thing, but you need to be willing to work on that too. Wanting is one thing, and working is so. Basically, my tip for you, if you nominate yourself, say rather write, I want to work on this and this. I want to work on that and that. Instead of say, I want to make TYPO3 better. Basically, this is what you can do without going into a position. It's very easier on that and so on. Good. TYPO3 members, we're kind of really a huge organization. If you look at the amount of members that we have, 141 as ending of September. Every month, the cashier of the TYPO3 Association reports that to the boards. There are 9 platinum members, 90 gold members, 266 silver and bronze members. So if you take kind of the members' fees that people are paying, it's like we have really this 80-20 repetition. I did that so that basically it doesn't mean that the platinum members, because they're paying more money, they have more voting rights. Everyone has the same right to vote and to be voted. So basically, it's just a financial contribution that people are doing to the TYPO3 budget. So if you're not a bronze member, do it, because it will help you to visit events. You can get really substantial discounts on that, and just by using that discount, you really have this your membership been paid off by that. We have all kinds of projects and products in the TYPO3 world. You may know them. Basically, everything's around HTML, PHP, CSS, JavaScript, and SQL, and so forth. These are our main projects that we see. There's other projects. I mean, I'm not naming all the extensions that we have around TYPO3 and so on. TYPO3 CMS. All right, you know this. Basically, this is more like a presentation for people that don't know what is this all about. We have notable projects. That means these are things that are in between everything. It's like, the documentation project takes care of documentation for the 3 mainline projects. We have a Next-based team that is kind of backporting stuff from the flow into the CMS world. We have the TYPO3 org team that is taking care of maintaining the TYPO3 website. We have an editorial team that is adjacent to it. So basically, if you're seeking to contribute with being a non-technical person, being in the TYPO3 an editor, join the TYPO3 org team, or maybe if you're more the kind of administrator guy, join the server administration team. The server administration within the TYPO3 world is done by voluntaries, so it's not that we outsource that to a company. We have donations of hardware from TYPO3 companies in the world, so they help us by hands-on service and so on and so forth. But basically, we have people that are really taking care of this large infrastructure, 24, 25 servers. I guess this was the last number that I know. So it's not only TYPO3.org, it's Git, it's the review system, it's all kind of systems that we need just to create this impression of our system. Nevertheless, or not to be forgotten, we have the security team that is taking care of our software, and we have a team that takes care of Forge and Fluid and so on. There's many others around. I think this is a good proof that the community is working okay, that we have those kind of teams running. All the people in the TYPO3 Association are volunteers. We have some professional support for the bookkeeping. This is something that we need. And we are supported. We started to be supported. I hope that you have seen that we have been started to be supported by a press release agency or press relations agency. Yep. Currently only in Germany. I know that people are saying, yeah, we should escape the nest, we should be escaping Germany, and we should start to have more global influence. We're working on this. There's an ongoing effort. And we have a community management position that is taken care by Ben. You have seen him this morning. His work is currently funded by a yearly budget. So this is the only person at the moment that is getting his time paid. We organize events. So these are like official budgeted events. That means people have either asked, can you give me a guarantee, or can you give me a smaller fraction of the money that I need just to secure some reservations? Basically, if you look at TYPO3 conference, it's the most important event for the TYPO3 world. We have the developer days that is aiming towards the core developers. We have this TYPO3 snowboard tour. Pardon? Snowboard tour, yeah. Who was already at the snowboard tour? Yeah. So have a go. I think they have still some places left for LAX this next year. This year we're experiencing some new events in Poland and in Romania, which I personally like a lot, to see that people are starting to, just to take the TYPO3 idea and try to connect with the community. It's super. This is something that we in the TYPO3 Association want to do. Yeah. This is what we'd rather ignite and kickstart such things. One thing that we have seen this year dramatically starting is all kind of code sprints done by the different teams. I guess you all see that this code sprints is really, really changing things. So it's no more this back chamber, Skype, I have to know somebody thing, and who do I need to talk to get this. Basically, those code sprints is where the magic happens. Go there, ask your employee, can I go, can I join a code sprint? You will be rewarded by an amount of energy that you never thought you get from such a coding event. Yeah, that's the TYPO3 University. I think I forgot maybe some, but basically don't feel offended if I forgot that. There's other events that are not governed by the TYPO3 Association. So basically people kind of said we need some kind of a flow conference. We need bar camps under the TYPO3 name. There's no bar camp in Germany has been funded by the TYPO3 Association. I think this is an extreme good thing. It's to show how healthy this is also let's say the thing that Simon was saying, is we really have those maybe two different communities, community of coders and this community of users. So the bar camps is the place where you see those people interacting with each other. There's the user groups everywhere. Yeah, the release parties that we tried to, that we did for the major releases. So yeah. So what are the activities that we do? We still do the certification for the TYPO3 integrators. There's currently we're doing that with Person View. There's going to be more certifications that will happen. I don't know on their current state, but it's once we have a NEO certification for integrators. Certainly we're planning on an integrators or agency and certifications, things like that. You should contact Dominic, who's the owner or the certification team member. We have a membership in the Oasis, which is a nice place in the desert. You can get, it's a standards committee that is kind of taking care of the different standardization processes that are close to the TYPO3 content management idea. So, and we're willing to join open source initiative as an organization and those that might match with our ideas. So financial facts, last year we had a budget of 475,000 euros coming from the members. The members gave that money to the TYPO3 Association, and we have taken this money and have assigned this to the different projects and to the different activities. We funded 35 projects in this year. Currently, there's an upcoming or the current budget for the next year that we're discussing. We have made some kind of we looked back, what have we done right, what have we done not right. One thing that we have found out is that people are not really spending the money, so we have to find a way on how to allocate the money through the year to other people that might have a current need, or I need this, I need that. I know that we did one thing with the UX initiative for NEOS, that we funded stuff out of a budget that we had in a pool. So this was one of the ideas that we had. Let's have a look for this next year's budget, how this is going to turn out. So now is the time to tell you what is cooking right now. What is there in the oven or in the pots of the TYPO3 Association? One thing that we can tell: change is our constant, and we're facing. Every one of us is facing a constant change around us, no matter if it's our products, or it's the people in the community, or it's the people that are interacting, as competitors in the field with TYPO3. We feel that there's a need for change. Somehow we cannot really grab it at this moment. We have very strong ideas where we want to go, but since the world and the community is changing constantly, we have to adapt. And since the association is also changing, it's like we are growing up. It's like a company. I said to Olivier, when you start a company, normally you start on your own or with a business partner, but basically you don't have any employees. And you're getting your first employee is growing up, and then getting your sixth employee. Those are those magic numbers, and going past 10 employees and going past 20. Those are magic numbers which need to change in the way you organize everything around it. And that's something that changes with the association. The difficulty of the association is that there is not a defined cookbook for how to run your association within or with a community of volunteers. The volunteers are not employees, so we can govern people, we can guide people, we can facilitate things to help them, but we cannot say you have to do this or that. We expect you to do this or that. You have committed yourself, so that's not something you can say to a volunteer. We can only feel a lot of gratitude to those people who are willing to spend their time for us and to share what they are doing. And that's not only building code or writing documentation or checking security or maintaining the service. It's everything that happens within the community. Yeah. So the only thing what we as association can do is what
well, we talked about it, what is our, if you make it simple, what can we do to help the community? That's basically lower the barriers. Lower the barriers to come to us, lower the barriers to talk to us, lower the barriers to join, to contribute. That's basically the only thing we can do as association. And we can do it with money, but that's not the basis. Olivier said it, the money is not spent. So basically, that's not the main thing. It's just by finding people to talk to discuss, to innovate, to contribute. That's basically how what we as association can help with. And that's lowering the barriers. If you mail to me, I will respond.
Yeah.
Just as simple as that.
Yeah, one thing is also that what we think is that we need to take care that the TYPO3 Association helps people to find ideas.
Yeah.
We said, to find the peer that they need to do the next step. You know, basically, you have this idea about content management, and you're seeking to, to have like maybe I want to have an annotation service. I want to have a search service for TYPO3. So you need to give those people a possibility where they can meet and where they can form kind of groups and so on and so forth. So basically, this is one of the strong ideas that when last year we changed the way of how we distributed the budgetary means, is that anything we said, we'd like to pay results. We don't like to pay with time anymore. We like to go and enable you to do so, and maybe to give people the money so that they can acknowledge the other person for the value that they created, not just by saying, oh, I pay you, so you're my slave. So basically, the thing is that we really want people to understand, and we want to educate those people on the other side, is have maybe a different perspective than the perspective that you might have from your company setting. So one thing that for me that is really very strong, and what was for me why I'm in the TYPO3 community, is that you get to know people that are highly motivated. They're highly more motivated than maybe when they're doing the actual work. This they really do. If you go to a code sprint, it's not 8 hours. There's 16 hours sitting there, and you will not find somebody that will be not concentrated, and they're really dedicated to the thing that they want to achieve with this group. And this is what we want to foster. You want to have those situations. We don't want those rock star developer disciple thing that people are just only going there and say, yeah, I hail to you, you're my. Maybe this is something where people come for the code, but I think it's more about the collaboration that gives us gives me the power, or gives me this constant power to do so. All right, just to cut this a little bit, there's another slide coming up. Currently, we have the executive secretary job opening. That means we're trying to seek for somebody that will help us to be there as a person that is available in a normal time zone for members, for community members, maybe more for the members first, because they might have different issues with their membership, they might have different issues, or how can I contribute to a code sprint? How can I host a code sprint? How can people come to my company? What can I give back to TYPO3? Because they don't want to speak to 5 leaders in a team. They might want, so basically they want to have this focal point. So this is, have a look at the opening, at the job description. You will find lots of really dedicated work that this person is going to do. Hopefully we find somebody that will match our requirements.
I already got an email.
Super. 2 things more. Well, the elections I spoke about. We're going to start also with the members survey. That's not the survey that was announced in the keynote. That's the survey for the conference. But we want to create a tool set is, what do the members really want? Because what I want might be different what you want or you want. Maybe we need to find out that there are blank spots that we don't see, because I like to see the world in the way how I like to see it, and So I'd need to find out. So this is something that we have been working on the member survey. We will open certainly up that survey to community members, to whatever, to find out. Another thing, this is what we're doing. We're found at the beginning of the year when we kind of underwent like an identity crisis, if I would be saying that in that way. Don't take my words as too much for granted on this. The thing is that we have seen that we need to find a way how we can start a strategic process, strategy on how to really how can we really do this event thing? How can we really do these actions that we're doing and so on? So basically, this is what we want to do this with the community, with the members. So basically, we started that. Questions that we have there is how can we create those open spaces? How can we grow while staying in a certain amount small so that we know each other at a certain time? We want to be the place for content and information management. Somehow we want to, to open up, and we need somehow to find a way how we can balance the different needs and expectations so that everyone's knowing what they're getting if they're in the TYPO3 world. So maybe that's a very high goal, is to create this 10 years next agenda. So we really looking back at 10 years of TYPO3. You said we're growing up, so yeah. I want to know how will I look like. So the thing is that there's this one song from a group called Phoenix. There's this one line saying, "Do you remember how it felt to you when you thought 21 is old?" So the thing is really right now we're like 10, and I remember for myself, I say, oh, in year 2000 I'm going to be 32. When I was a child, I was looking for that date. Wow, 32, I will be certainly married, having kids myself, and so on. And I remember exactly. So basically, I want us to be able to think, in 10 years from now, have I reached what I wanted? And if I have not reached it, am I still happy with it? So basically, I guess this is what a vision is all about.
And did we do everything or just to achieve something?
Yeah, but it's not about concentrating really on where do I want to be in 2000 or 2020, but we want to offer the dialogue to the people. So people say, all right, please end. All right, so with that, there's going to be things around the governance. How can we involve more people? How can we expand the footprint? What is our common understanding? Code of conduct. There are things that are there. Somehow somebody kind of thought it was good, but basically, how can we live that at the end? How can we make this for everyone? Other sessions today, the budget session at 17 around the T3A. There's other sessions around the TYPO3 Association all the day for the teams. Give them a try. I know that there's other things that might be interesting for you. Thank you for your time. If you want to contact us, that's an interesting. Don't write it this way in your email program with the breaking.
Yeah, but you can leave the last part also. That will also get to me.
Yes. One question?
The date for the General Assembly, you said last weekend in January.
Yes.
That's a snowboard tour.
Is it?
Yeah, just hold on. It's not the last weekend in January, but it's more the first weekend in February.
Yeah, the 31st of January and the 1st of February. That's the General Assembly.
The snowboard tour? The snowboard tour is until Sunday the 26th. That's the last weekend.
Yeah, but okay.
Okay, sorry.
Basically, it's the first weekend of February.
So there's a Friday, the 31th of January.
31st, yeah. And then
so,
Saturday.
Yeah. The first.
Basically, it's going to be in Frankfurt, so you unfortunately you will have to do the trip there. Hopefully, without that stormy conditions as in the last days. Good. Any other? Yes, please.
Where am I able to find the budget application for next year? Last year they were on Forge.
Yes.
You mean
That's a good question. We have to tell you that we completely failed on that at the moment. We have prepared everything. It's already there. And somehow we just need to flip the switch. We're about 14 days behind our internal schedule, the set of the schedule that we have communicated. Somehow everyone's overwhelmed with work, and this is also why we need the secretary. We need this person that is able to finish those last 5% jobs that we all are doing at the moment. There's going to be expected soon. Maybe Michi, maybe Peter can tell something more about that. Maybe we're waiting on people to give us an answer on things before we publish them, so we have given them a time to do so.
It should be online within the next days. There are some really small issues missing, and we'll be able, maybe even through the conference. What do you think, Michael? Yeah,
you will find it on Forge. It's basically it's going to be budget 2040 within the TYPO3 EAB place. We will post in. We certainly.
We'll miss the link for sure.
Yeah, we'll post it on news and on Twitter.
Yeah, we really feel sorry for that. So just.
I was just interested in it because there's today the
Yeah.
the talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. Yeah, we've, as you said, we have identified the root cause, and somehow in German we said it went us through the Lappen, you know. So thanks for asking. Any other questions? Thank you very much for giving us your time. Hope to see you around. Enjoy the conference. Thank you.